From becoming an intern for a kebab ustad in Lucknow to cooking in Gurudwara langars and eventually becoming the youngest executive chef in India at the age of 25, our guest for today has had an extraordinary culinary journey. But how did he achieve all this, and what was the big resolve that changed his life? Hi, I'm Nihal Ranjan. You're watching My Big Resolution by Aditya Birla Group, where we speak with the big personalities about the big resolution that changed their lives. And my guest for today is the master chef winning everyone's hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Ranveer Brar.
Hello, sir.
How's it going now?
How are you? Okay.
That's a good sign.
That's a good sign, yes. Ki hal twadda?
Oh my God. That just sounded so authentic.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now, so right now, MasterChef's cooking.
I'm glad you brought up master chef because I've actually cooked something for you.
Really?
Yeah. And the goal here is if you like it and we become friends, we can call each other taste buds.
All right. That's all right.
That's all right, yeah. Okay.
I thought only I had dad jokes.
Voila.
Oh, you have a BLT?
Yes. Well, I call it like it's a un jugul avec un jus de pomme. That's the dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your unjugul,
Avec un jus de pomme.
avec un jus de pomme, needs a little bit of, on a scale of
Yes.
1 to croissants ko fond.
That's the standard scale, yeah.
You scored, I'd say,
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's as high as it gets. Let's dial back the clock.
All right.
A little bit. You often used to walk the streets of Lucknow, sampling different items. How has that shaped your culinary journey?
As a kid growing up in the non-metropolitan India in the 80s, the first education was home. The second education was the neighborhood corner store grocery wala. The way people talk about food in Lucknow, Lucknow they say कि भाई एक plate खाना और एक पतीला किससे. And that's where I got seduced, and that's when I said at 15, this is what I want to do.
So where was the first place you worked in Lucknow?
The first place that I worked in Lucknow was, Munir Ustad. He was a street vendor, chef who used to sell nihari in the morning and kebabs in the night. Morning to night, I was at his house doing nothing, just grinding spices and drying his charcoal with absolutely zero information coming from him. No recipes shared.
Why was that?
That's the old school karate kid way of teaching.
Mr. Miyagi, yeah.
It's just wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax
you just
off,
keep doing wax on, wax off, and one day you sort of get it.
I see. Okay.
That's what it was.
So in a lot of Indian families, children are expected to get a government job or try to get into IIT. Your dad was an IITian. What was it like at home when you were like, Mom and Dad, I want to become a chef?
We're a family of educationists, engineers, doctors, and on top of that, to make things worse, big landlords from where we come from. So, and that sort of comes with its own ego baggage. And to be able to go back to the samaj and say, "Ke sada munda roti banaunda hai," our son cooks for a living, is too much to take.
Okay. So as a chef, I'm sure you faced a lot of heat in the kitchen. What would you say is the big challenge that you faced? And how did you overcome it?
I got promoted very young. I became an executive chef of a 5-star hotel at a time when the average age of executive chefs in early 2000s was 40. At 25, somebody trusted me, put me on the job. And for some reason, it just worked. Everything that you sort of touch turns to gold, right?
Oh, wow.
And then, and I moved to the US, but my head was still sort of up in the clouds. We opened a restaurant, we did really well, and then the economy crashed. The recession hit, and I remember I was having a beer with a friend of mine, Prashant, in the restaurant next door. It was my day off. And I get a call on my phone, and it was my partners from the restaurant. They give me a check, $4,600. And they said, well, you're no longer a part of the restaurant. You don't work here anymore. You have no stake. We have it all vetted by the legal team. You really have no claim over anything else. So, I just take it and I put it in my pocket and I come back and I finish the beer. But then the reality hit that there was a recession all over. I really couldn't get a job. Yeah, that I think was the lowest point of my life. When you sort of have to figure out if you have enough money for rent. And like I said, when you've told your parents, you know, this is who I am, this is my choice, you can't call them and say, you know what, I need a couple of grand. You know, doesn't work like that no more.
I still do that. Sir, so from all the moments that you just spoke about, what is that big resolution that you made for yourself, that you swear by?
Big resolution, Nihal, that I made for myself and I swear by is kindness always comes back. Funny enough, every time I felt that it was the lowest day, I'd get a call from somebody who I'd sort of helped. If it weren't for those calls and random people calling me to tell me how I mattered and how it changed their life and how important I was and how well they were doing because of something that I'd done for them, I would not have believed back in myself. It's only about people.
Beautiful. Just be a good person.
Yeah, good people make good food.
Okay, why do I feel like there's a...
No, the sandwich was...
You mean something by that?
No,
it just...
No. The sandwich, I told you, on a scale of 1 to 4, the sandwich was...
So, you stand by that, right?
I still stand by.
Okay, this is not a laughing matter.
No.
Sir, so you're a man of many talents, Ranveer. But amongst all your accomplishments, what for you is your big milestone?
I think having a family.
Yeah?
I could never, the kind of, I know this is sort of going to go out and become very interesting in times to come, but I was never the family sort of person, right? For me, you know, it was just me, my work, and that's all that mattered. The fact that I have a son who I love to death, I have a family that sort of has happened to me, I think there's no bigger milestone for me than that.
On that note, sir, let's talk about some fun things.
All right.
New Year's. What plans, sir? What's happening?
So I have a New Year ritual.
Okay.
So I have to be in a kitchen on the New Year. My ritual is that I start my New Year by lighting a fire on a stove and then just thanking the fire and the stove for being a part of my life. The resolution for the next year, though...
Yes, that was my next question.
Yeah, the resolution for 2023 is to speak less, write more, and you know, finally figure out a retirement plan.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm almost there.
Okay. That's the perfect note to end it. Sir, I had such a lovely time with you. Thank you so much for coming down. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes.
And once again, lovely jacket.
Thank you. Stop it. Ranveer Brar believes in sprinkling kindness in everything he does because kind people make the best food. His relationship with food was inspiring, and I think it's the most beautiful love story I've ever heard. Until next time, this is My Big Resolution by Aditya Birla Group. Don't forget to tell us your big resolution in the comments. Ranveer is going to be reading every single one.